Hello, I am Whiskerkisses' Nana. There have been big changes for the 10-year-old. He lives with me now, since my son, Berkeley, and Whiskerkisses' mama, Paulina, passed on. My poor laddie. Here he is now. Are you willing to give Nana a chance to make you feel at home? You are? That does my heart good. Let me take off my scratchy sequin sweater before I hug you. There. Now, tuck yourself in. So, I promise you, Whiskerkisses, that I will make mistakes from time to time, but I will do my best as Nana to you. My home is your home now. You don't think an old Scottish grandma can learn to make your mama's Russian pierogies the way you like 'em? I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. We can talk about pierogies for dinner tomorrow night. For now, how about I tell you a familiar story that I know my boy Berkeley and your mama used to tell you when you were little. Forget your troubles for a night and be transported into someone else's adventure. You will hear my Scottish-sounding voice retelling a story from China. Sometimes brothers aren't so nice to their sisters. Wouldn't you agree, Whiskerkisses? You might have seen classmates do this at school, or maybe at the after-school program at Mousebones Arts Academy at sea. Sometimes boys grow up to be men who aren't even kind to their mothers. I know, Whiskerkisses, that you loved your Mama Paulina, and that's a good thing. This brother, who was not so nice to his mother and sister, turns the whole ocean salty. Whiskerkisses, you know this story well. But to honour your Mama and Papa, I'll tell you their bedtime story. Here's a folktale from the Far East. The brother's palace was throwing a party, and his sister and mother weren't invited. Delicious, fresh, crispy vegetables harvested from the garden were seasoned with garlic and soy and charred perfectly in a wok. Chewy, doughy, cabbage-filled pot stickers, very close to Mama Paulina's Russian pierogies, were boiled up and crisped by the dozen. Slabs of sweet, sticky, spicy pork ribs were on the grill. Crispy, twirly noodles and filling fried rice swam in sauce with shrimp. Brothers' friends talked, laughed, and ate until their stomachs were round and tight like the skin of a drum. Barum, barum, barum. Sister and mother lived down the hill and made a living making and selling cloth, but they were out of money. Go to your brother's house, my daughter. Ask him for a coin and some food so we do not go hungry tonight. Brother's guards stopped sister at the gate. You are not good enough to eat with my friends. You embarrass me, said brother. Why should I give you a coin? If you must beg, go into the back by the garbage where we throw the less than perfect wontons, and you may eat whatever's left that my servants don't want. This made sister shake her head at the brother's selfishness, but she went. The sound of full stomachs and hearty laughter continued in the palace. Barum, barum, barum. by the kitchen back door, she ate a bite of raw, crunchy snow pea and licked a bit off a shrimp shell. Her stomach growled. Mmm, mmm, mmm. And she chewed the shrimp tail to see if it could be swallowed. The cook gave her 2 cracked steamed buns to take home to Mother. Brother refused her request for a coin, but at least she had a bit of food to help her walk home. As she walked with the warm bread in the crook of her arm in the cold night air, a blind woman on the street said, "Is that steamed bread I smell? I am so hungry that I'm dizzy. May I have some?" The sister said, "I already ate, so I suppose you can have the bun that I'm saving for tomorrow's dinner." The blind woman accepted the steamed bun. She broke it open where it was split slightly already, and the fluffy white bread exhaled sweet clouds. The sister said goodbye, but the woman stopped her. "Don't you have some more to give? My husband is hungry too." Sister said, "I don't mean to be impolite, but this bread is for my mother. And why didn't you save half for your husband just now?" "Oh, please." Sister thought of her mum, but the old man's stomach grumbled so loudly that other neighbours popped out of their houses. They could hear it from inside. The man's stomach sounded like rolling thunder, not barum, 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 like a full stomach as tight as a drum. Sister led the blind woman back to her hut, and the old man broke open the steamed bun, and again sweet clouds escaped from the fluffy bread. The man ate it and said, "We would like to thank you for your mercy." They led Sister to 3 silk-embroidered gift boxes in gold and silver, blue and red. The first one had a pair of expensive golden spoons. The second one had a pair of valuable jade teacups. And the third one had a simple stone mortar and pestle for grinding spices. "You don't need to give me anything. I know what it's like to be hungry. Sell these things for food instead, my friends," said Sister. The couple insisted, so Sister chose the stone mortar and pestle. "Ha ha ha, we were hoping you'd ask for that. We were waiting to reward a kind soul. Say, season salt, and the mortar and pestle will make salt. Tap the side of the mortar with the pestle and say, ease up on the seasoning salt, and it will stop. It will never run out. Now, hurry home before it rains." The sky lit up with a bolt of lightning that seemed like a gold rope to the sky. Sister said thank you and ran just as the sky burst open and the rain fell. She turned to wave to the old man and women, but the hut had disappeared. Sister was soaked in rain when she arrived home to see Mother. "Where's the coin? And where's the food from Brother?" "No coin from Brother, but he did give us 2 steamed buns." "Where's the bread then, daughter?" "I met with 2 magical people who gave me this magical mortar and pestle in exchange for the steamed bread. Watch this, Mama. Season salt." The bowl of the mortar began to fill and overflow with clean white table salt. The sister tapped the mortar's side with the pestle and said, "Ease up with the seasoning salt." and it stopped. Mother said, "We don't have food to season with salt tonight, but starting tomorrow, we can sell the salt instead of making cloth at the market from now on." And mother and sister were so happy. They did indeed sell salt for cooking at the marketplace, and with the money they earned, they were able to buy garden fresh vegetables, delicious barbecue pork, and crispy twirly noodles, and filling fried rice swimming in a sauce with shrimp. They even bought a dozen new chairs so they could invite hungry neighbours to join them for a meal. The brother was walking through the marketplace later and passed his mother and sister's cottage when he heard laughter and saw neighbours eating while seated on new chairs. Though he had a palace and servants, he felt jealous. "Mother, how did you come to have money for food?" "Son, my dear son, you've come to visit me. Get away from me. Don't try to hug me. Tell me, where did you earn so much money from making cloth?" "Don't tell him, Mama," said sister. "But he's my son. I'm sure he's just asking because he's happy for us." Said sister. Mother didn't listen. On the night you gave your sister 2 steamed buns, she met an enchanted old couple. They gave her this magical mortar and pestle that makes everlasting salt. Now we don't have to be poor. You start by saying, "Season salt." "That's all I need to know." And the brother stole it and ran. He wasn't satisfied with the palace. He had bigger plans. He ran far, all the way to the pier, and tossed several coins to the ship captain. Brother locked himself below deck and tested out the mortar and pestle. The sailors above sipped fresh water right from the sea. "Season salt," yelled brother, and he laughed greedily as he watched the salt overflow. The glittering white crystals, like sand bleached in the moonlight, overflowed below deck and up to his knees, then up to his shoulders. The captain came to investigate. The ship was tipping from the weight of the salt. The sailors had to jump into the sea to save themselves. "Stop, salt, stop!" But brother didn't learn to tap the mortar with the pestle and say, "Ease up on the seasoning salt." So the greedy, selfish brother was buried by the salt. The ship capsized, and to this day the mortar continues to make salt, and that is why the ocean is salty.